This episode of The Media Hole is brought to you by Audible. Please go to audibletrial.com/mediahole to get a 30-day free trial, including one free audiobook. You can listen to that audiobook and over 180,000 others on any device, like your Android, your iPhone, or your Kindle. Thank you, Audible. All right, everybody, welcome to the Media Hole podcast. I'm Nathan, joined with my lovely friend Ian.
Hello. I just read something really funny while Nathan was doing the ad read. But now I'm just staring at Pokimane dancing.
Nice, dude. If you don't know what this podcast is yet, it is a weekly podcast in which me and one or more of my friends talks about movies and comics and video games and television and all sorts of things. Does that sound about accurate?
Yeah, that's about it. So,
right.
well, here's some politics.
Oh, hell yeah. Right, we like a lot of that too.
Yeah, so the first Space Force uniform.
Oh, dude, I saw this.
They're camouflage.
It's like regular camo, so the Space Force camo is just like regular camo of any other army group. And so I saw this great post that was like the Space Force camo versus what it should be, and it's like one of those cheap hoodies with a print of space on it.
Yeah, man, like someone, the U.S. Navy, because of course the only people who communicate on Twitter now is just brands clapping back at each other.
Yep.
But since it's the Army, they have to be like, bro, that's fucking sick, tight. And the U.S. Navy like, that's out of this world. What are the coordinates? Let's trade. And it's
like this pick to die instantly.
Also, I don't know what the U.S. Navy uniforms are plain, but they're still like the Army green sort of thing.
Yeah.
They'd fit more better in space.
Well, shouldn't the Space Force not be Army but Navy? Like, don't you think it's like...
Because they're ships.
Yeah, it's a ship, right? Like, Firefly rules, they call spaceships boats in that show, and I like that.
And even in Halo, it's the Navy.
It's the Navy.
Yeah.
Doesn't that just make more sense? It's just like the space is water.
It's like if the Navy and the Air Force banged.
Yeah.
That's what it's got to be, where they just wear plain ass jumpsuits. Because why would you need camo? Like,
or if you want to respect the concept of camo, where prints with it's a full print, but instead of camo, it's like space. It's like stars and black.
wear the fucking a Hageo hoodie and track pants.
Yeah, that should be
That's space camo.
Yeah, space camo.
Yeah.
You blend in with the background.
You blend in with
the inside of every spaceship. It's that as the wallpaper.
Yeah. Like a bunch of weebs just walking around getting horny constantly. Yeah. Like, oh fuck yeah, I love that stupid good. Face.
Right? If your enemy barges into your ship and they're horny, it's gonna be like easier to defeat them.
Some fucking aliens break onto the ship and they go like, oh my god, they have picturesque beauty all over the place.
And then you just shoot them to death.
The faces of pleasure these women have. It's funny because I saw someone take the hoodie and put sauce, like sources all over it, like with the fucking tags.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. One of them, there's one of the faces on there is Android 18.
Nice.
Yeah. And I think that's funny.
I do as well. Well, what do you want to start with?
I don't know.
All right. Well, let's go right into a really great movie I saw this week. The new version of Little Women, directed by Greta Gerwig.
The new version?
Yeah, I mean, it's Little Women.
Is this a remake?
Well, it's based on a book that's been adapted into movies before.
Okay.
Right, the classic late 1800s novel Little Women?
I didn't know that.
Oh, you didn't know that?
Thought she just made an original movie.
No.
About women who were normal sized, but we lie to you.
No. But so that movie, I just saw it. It's fucking fantastic. I loved Lady Bird. So because I know like Chris and Emma didn't really love the movie.
What, Little Women or Lady Bird?
Either, I guess.
Oh.
It was like, yeah, I liked it, but I didn't love it. Whereas I loved both. I think it's incredible. The performances are great. So one thing I was saying, like, so before, like, I saw Call Me by Your Name, I saw Lady Bird. Like, I knew that like Timothée Chalamet was like cute, right? I didn't get why everybody wanted to fuck him.
I'm taller than the boy.
Yeah, we're both older than him.
That's not a plus.
Yeah. Well, he's born the same year as us.
When is his birthday in December then?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I didn't really get why everybody wanted to fuck him. I was like, yeah, he's cute, but I wouldn't fuck him. But I saw this movie and I was like, oh, dude, I'd fuck him. I get it. I'm in.
Oh, he has the same birthday as my sister-in-law.
Nice.
Who's going to be in Dune?
Yeah, he's going to be in the Dune remake.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, like...
So he also looks like a boy.
He's great. I like him.
Okay, cool. He looks like a young man.
Yeah.
Like, very young.
Yeah.
Like, if he was a TV star, he would be on whatever fucking high school drama was on for the next 10 years.
Yeah.
Because he looks the same.
But yeah, man, Little Women, great cast. I mean, you got Saoirse Ronan back from Lady Bird. She was the lead. You got Hermione Granger, Emma Watson. You know, she's great. You got Florence Pugh from fucking Midsummer.
I didn't see that movie.
All right.
I didn't see a single
She's
movie
from
last year.
Fighting with My Family.
I didn't see that movie.
I'm surprised you didn't.
Well, I don't know what that is.
Oh, it's a comedy drama biopic on a woman who's a wrestler in the WWE.
No, I didn't see that.
Yeah, it's apparently really good. It's like fun. It's like an enjoyable film.
Oh, well.
And it was written and directed by Stephen Merchant.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So very British.
Very British. And finally, you got an Australian actress whose name I don't remember because she's not as famous as the other three. And Laura Dern plays their mom. Meryl Streep plays the aunt. Bob Odenkirk plays the dad. Some
Cool.
good shit.
Oh,
Yeah.
Bob Odenkirk's great.
Yeah, who doesn't like Bob Odenkirk?
Dwayne The Rock Johnson's in Fighting with My Family.
As himself, because he
Yeah.
met her. Because, she's in the WWE.
Sicko mode.
Yes. But yeah, anyway, Little Women, it's gorgeous. I love how it's like, it tells the story of them as kids, as well as the story of them 7 years later as adults. And like the kids scenes are all shot with like this golden hue of when everything was good and life was nice and we were all together, versus as adults they all go their separate ways and it's all kind of sad. Oh, the ice in that water bottle was so loud. I'm so sorry.
Why do you even have ice in there?
Because it makes it cold, Ian.
Just fucking turn the tap on for like a second in the right direction. It gets cold.
Yeah, but it's colder with ice. I like ice water.
All right. You can like ice water all you want, you frigid bitch.
I am. Anyway, the movie's great. You should check it out. I don't know if Ian should check it out, but everybody else should. Do you like women?
No.
You might like this movie.
I saw this post that was like, feminism is actually a long con by the male patriarchy, so that women go out and do the work while the men can stay at home and play video games all day.
Jesus. I hope that doesn't get picked up.
I hope it does. I'm making squeaky noises on the chair.
Yes, if that doesn't get heard, it's like farty chair noises. But yeah, the movie's quite good. I highly recommend it.
Yeah. So what else did you do?
Let me just take out the phone real quick.
Well,
just to look at my notes.
You know what we could talk about?
What could we talk about?
The most disappointing thing ever for Nintendo to do recently.
Oh, yeah. The fucking Smash announcement.
Yeah.
So, Byleth, by the way, we all said, me, Ian, and the dearly
Chris,
departed Chris,
who wanted Byleth at one point, was just like, man, Dante would be fucking sick.
We all agreed. We all thought it would be Dante.
And so fucking Sakurai did a pose. Now we realize it's three houses, but he did like this sort of half dab, but had three fingers out.
Yeah.
And we're like, oh shit. And on January 16th, Matt Walker, thanks, dickhead, fucking put out a thing where it's like, DMC fans, check out our Twitter page on January 16th because we have a special surprise for you. And it's like, shit.
Well, they announced that it was regarding DMC3.
Yeah, it was about DMC3.
Yes.
And then it's like, you announced that DMC3, which they announced that the Switch version has style switching.
Yeah, which is cool.
Which is cool.
I think that's a great improvement.
It's a really good. It's the best version of DMC3 now.
Yep.
So buy it on the Switch because it's not available anywhere else.
I will.
And then so it's like, oh shit, and Sakurai is also announcing the new character. Maybe we get Dante and Smash as well.
That'd be sick.
It's like cross promotion shit.
And I think.
And then Sakurai hits us with the opening of the is the actual worst trailer for a character reveal.
Oh yeah, it's
I don't
just
think
like
there's a better
it
one.
looks like it's ripped from
the worst one.
game. Like
it's straight up ripped from the game. It's just that they had the voice actor come back and be like, they had Sothis and the old man voice actor come back and be like, oh shit, you're going to be in Smash.
yeah, it's like it's not as good as some of the other ones. Like obviously we all know about like King K. Rool and Banjo-Kazooie being great trailers. The Hero trailer's quite good.
The Splatoon one's really good.
The Splatoon one was like the first one.
It was the reveal as well.
Yeah.
The Terry one is really fun.
Yeah,
because it's
through.
It's the opening of like the original.
Yeah, it's the opening of the original KOF.
Yeah,
but or maybe it's fun.
I think it's Fatal Fury because Geese is in it.
Right.
And Geese is canonically dead.
Yes.
I was actually looking stuff up about it earlier.
Yeah, because you knock him off the tower.
Yeah, the King of Fighters. Fatal Fury.
Yeah.
Fatal Fury is canon, but now that Fatal Fury is a dead series and everything is King of Fighters.
Yeah.
King of Fighters is like Smash Brothers for SNK games.
Yeah, it is. It's like people from all of them.
Yeah. So then, and also we didn't know what this like. We were like, what fucking old game is this? Like, and a lot of people didn't think this was a Smash reveal for that one. And it was just like, it's a fucking like envelope. What's this have to do with anything? Like, it was just out of our minds.
And then obviously like the Joker trailer.
Yeah, the Joker trailer.
The Joker
was cool.
trailer at the Game Awards made me fucking pop off. I called Chris.
Why didn't they put the Byleth trailer at the Game Awards? It was literally like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, and they were and they pre-filmed the fucking trailer in November.
Yeah,
they should have put it at the Game Awards.
You want to hear the tinfoil hat conspiracy?
What?
That Byleth was not supposed to be character number 5. Byleth was supposed to be like 6th or 7th or something.
Yeah, but then they got switched around.
There was supposed to be another character for 5, but I don't know. Maybe the franchise where that character came from, the owner of that franchise recently just sucked China's dick super hard, and no one wants to deal with them.
The Overwatch thing.
Yeah, for a while, people legitimately thought Tracer was going to be in the game.
Yeah.
So based off of the idea that Tracer might have been in the game, that Byleth got pushed up because Tracer got kicked off.
Yeah, that would make sense. In some way,
in this weird, only in this way of Tracer was intended to be in the game.
I mean, there's still potential for Dante to be in it.
I think they have 2 characters, like Byleth coming out. She was done in November clearly, and probably halfway through working on Byleth, they had a new character being made. There's probably already another character done.
All the characters he said are confirmed. Like we have them set. It's just we're developing them still.
I'm saying Fighter 6 is already done.
Oh yeah, certainly.
They're waiting till 7 almost done, and then they'll announce 6.
Yeah. Still, I'm really happy with all the DLC characters, even if they're not ones I used. I think they all deserve to be in the game. Like I really enjoy them. I loved Three Houses. Don't get me wrong. I loved Three Houses. I just feel like I wanted another third-party character. But then I was thinking of Smash 4, right? What was the DLC for Smash 4? It was Mewtwo, Lucas, Bayo...
Roy.
Huh?
Roy was DLC as well.
Oh, Mewtwo, Lucas, Roy, Bayo, Cloud, Ryu. And the Fire Emblem one that nobody cares about. Corrin.
Oh yeah, Corrin was. Fuck, there were 7 characters added. I don't know. They all sucked.
Hey, Bayo, Ryu, and fucking Cloud.
Bayo ruined the entire competitive scene for Smash 4.
Good. That's what she deserves.
No, she doesn't.
She deserves to be number 1, baby.
No.
Yep.
Incorrect. Well, now she's garbage in the Ultimate, so.
But Cloud, I don't think they could. Like, I remember not owning the game and going, "Oh fuck, Cloud's in this game." I considered buying a Wii U for a minute when that trailer came out.
Don't you have a Wii U?
Nope.
Or was it like your mom's or something from her work?
Yeah, my mom had one at her work for people who wanted to play games on their break.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So anyways, Byleth being in Smash is disappointing.
Yeah, it's disappointing. Like if it was number 6, if they were number 6, I would have been, because the character looks fun to play. The stage looks good. Like, I think it's not a clone character.
You know I'm never going to play that stage.
That stage looks cool, though.
Because it's not an Omega.
Yeah, I know, but we can play, like, casual Smash sometimes with items and shit sometimes.
You guys can, I won't.
We don't always have to play it the fucking pro way. It's not even a real fighting game. Sakurai himself said that.
Is it a fighting game?
Is it a fighting game? Because he kind of said we don't deserve it over Street Fighter 2.
No, yeah, he was like straight up was like, no. Yeah. Street Fighter 2, and also you're not including all cabinets and all the plays that people have on that. Like,
well, because he was saying like, yeah, sure, like maybe that's sold across all versions of the game, also, but that doesn't include all the money they made in arcades.
Street Fighter 2 was like his reasoning for why he wanted to make Smash. Because he fucking destroyed that child on the cabinet.
Was it SF2? I thought it was King of Fighters.
Maybe, who knows?
I don't remember.
It was either SF2 or like KOF 95.
Yeah.
So, whatever. I don't like... I like stages where you can fall off of them. Not stages where you can just walk out of bounds.
Yeah, that's fair, but also I think the stage looks cool.
Also, you know what was real stupid? The King of Fighters stage. Haven't played it, but I just remembered it.
The walls?
The walls.
No, it's so good.
There's no ring outs in KOF.
Huh?
There's no ring outs in KOF.
Yeah, I know.
Why have the walls?
Isn't there ring outs in Fatal Fury?
Shit. It's a King of Fighters stage.
Yeah, but it's also a King of Fatal Fury character.
It's a Fatal Fury character with a King of Fighters stage. They should have made it the fucking like where you throw geese off the tower or something.
That would have been cool.
I want to just see if Fatal Fury has ring outs. Fatal Fury.
I know you throw geese off the tower in Fatal Fury.
Yeah, so give it like.
So there's at least one stage with a ring out.
The KOF stage isn't that.
I like that. I like that it's like kind of the walls make it interesting too. I find.
Okay, so apparently there is like out of bounds in Fatal Fury.
Yeah. So it's the same thing as a ring out.
But it's not a Fatal Fury stage.
Fatal Fury character.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyway, that's not what we need to talk about. But Byleth seems cool. I will play as them for a bit. I like that it's a completely different moveset from every other Fire Emblem character.
I appreciate that.
Like, if it was just another swordsman, I would have still been mad. Like, don't get me wrong, I wasn't happy it was Byleth. I was like, oh, I feel cheated that this
Byleth
is a DLC
is still
character.
a swordsman. Just because she can use an axe and a lance and a bow doesn't mean she's not.
But the moves aren't... I mean, that's like saying, oh, yeah, fucking Ganondorf's a swordsman.
He's not. But
He's
a
not.
lot of Byleth
he has sword
uses
moves.
a sword.
No. 2.
All of her neutrals... No, not her nair. Her jabs... They're gonna be,
but it's a sword whip, so it's not even like always sword moves.
Whatever, fine.
Right?
In my mind, she falls into the same category, and I'm just mad that we didn't get the anime swordsman I wanted.
Dante?
Dante is an anime swordman.
I wouldn't call him a swordman.
I think you would because
he uses multiple things.
Yeah. No.
Motorcycles.
He uses multiple things, but
he
still
uses motorcycles.
Whenever you see a picture of Dante,
That's
what
fair.
is he holding?
He has got rebellion.
His gun and rebellion.
Yeah.
So anime gunman.
Anime gunman.
Yeah.
I'll give you that. There's still hope for Dante.
Oh no, there's 6 more characters.
Yeah.
Like it's possible.
I just don't want to see any more Nintendo characters.
I just think
ultimately
really
I wouldn't have been mad if Byleth was in the main game over like some of the other people.
I want them. You know how they tried to do the clown twice, where it was like for the DK trailers.
Oh yeah, so it was like King K. Rool.
King K. Rool, it was DDD fucking around,
yeah,
and then K. Rool still comes in, and then for Banjo, it was dog
Duck Hunt
fucking around, and then Banjo comes in. I want them to actually be like Geno is coming to smash
Geno,
but someone else comes in and just knocks him away, and it's like, nah, man, Papyrus. Fuck Sans. It's all about Papyrus.
I mean, Sans is already in the game, and so is Cuphead.
Yeah,
and
that was the more interesting part about the
Altair.
Yeah.
What a weird pick. Because isn't it Ass Creed 3 that's on the fucking Switch?
Yeah, they don't even make it. Well, I bet one of them just
3 in
like,
Liberation. Well, they should have put Connor.
Yeah. They should.
Everybody's least favorite fucking Assassin's Creed.
Not if you've played 5.
Which one's 5 to
Unity.
you? Arno's got more character than Connor, dude.
But Arno's fucking lame.
But he has the girlfriend.
The girlfriend that she's like, I'm a Templar and you're an assassin. And he's like, baby, I'll quit it in a second.
Yeah.
And she's just like, no. And then he goes through the whole story and he does a bunch of shit. And then
he's French, so at least he's a little bit more interesting.
And he goes to run away at the end. Oh, so French people are more interesting than Native Americans?
Oh,
Nathan?
you know what? You're right. That was wrong of me to say. He wants to he wants to fuck, whereas Connor just simply wants revenge. And I can respect somebody who wants to fuck.
Well, so did Ezio wanted revenge.
Ezio
and
wanted
also
both.
wanted to fuck.
That's why everybody likes Ezio. We get the revenge and we can fuck.
I think there was like a thing in Brotherhood where you went back to...
And you could fuck, yes.
No, you went back to Florence and like...
To fuck your girl.
Yeah, but she was like married and
yeah,
had
but
a
you
kid,
still fuck her.
So you just cucked her husband for a night and then left.
Somebody's gonna be like, actually,
17th century
you don't cuck her husband. You talk to her and leave, and I'm gonna be like, yeah, but that's not how I played it.
That's not how I choose to remember it.
Yeah, that's not. Sorry, maybe you just made the wrong choices in your file from Mass Effect 2 that you imported into Assassin's Creed Brotherhood.
Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. Yeah.
Did you know that Frog Fractions 2 you can import your Mass Effect 2 save?
I don't know what the fuck that is.
Okay, Frog Fractions is like...
Is it a game?
It was a flash game
math?
where you do frogs and math, but it was actually like a comedy game the entire time. And then there was a Kickstarter for Fractions 2.
The same guy make Frog Detective?
No, I don't know, actually. I shouldn't have said no, because I'm not sure. But Frog Fractions 2 is a game that's hidden in a different game. It was like a highly anticipated sequel to this goofy meme game, and it was hidden in a different game as an Easter egg. And one of the options in the pause menu of Frog Fractions 2, this goof game, is import your save data from Mass Effect 2. And so if you can somehow get your save data from Mass Effect 2 onto your PC into Frog Fractions 2
if you played the game on
folder,
PC.
No, but it doesn't even look for it. You have to move it into Frog Fractions 2's data where it looks for it. If you do that, then it just brings a pop-up that says, "Welcome back, Commander Shepard," and that's it.
There's a website called like Mass Effect saves or some shit. So like I lost my save for like Mass Effect 1 because I like changed hard drive. No, I deleted my file. And it deleted every file. Like I deleted Mass Effect 1, like I'm done this, I'm about to go play 2.
Oh,
go to start 2.
You deleted the game.
I deleted the game off of Origin. And it was like, oh
but
shit.
It deleted your save data.
It deleted my whole save, so I had to go find save data that kind of matched what I did. Which is very hard because...
I've actually never played the first one.
The first one is long and super RPG-like and almost feels like it should be a turn-based game.
I think some people are like, number 1's the best, and some people are like, number 2's the best.
No one says 3 or Andromeda is.
Excuse me. I would say that 3 has a lot of improvements to, like small improvements to make the gameplay a little bit easier and more fun, but... not easier is the wrong word, but like streamline. What's the word I'm looking for?
I don't know, but I think 2 is the best. It just sucks that they really fucked you with like what you can do.
Yeah, 3 has a lot of cool stuff in it. The problem is it gets like fucked over by its own ending.
Yeah, like
because like the way that like different characters just don't exist based on your choices in 2, yet have entire storylines in 3. Is like such a cool thing to do.
And then there's also like pretty much the best moment of that game is on the
I am the very model of a scientist.
Yeah, exactly. It's when you're on the Krogan homeworld and you're fighting off like two Reapers, or no, one Reaper that's like trying to stomp on you, and you're trying to activate this thing because you're trying to summon a giant worm to fuck it up.
And then Morden
has to commit because the thing you can do if you're evil is even worse.
I don't want to hear it.
You shoot Morden in the back as he tries to go up.
No.
Well, he's like trying to go in, and you're just like, I need you to stop right now. And he's like, I have to do this. You shoot him, and it like wounds him, and he goes up there, and you get a cutscene of him trying to crawl.
Oh.
Or I might be remembering this worse than it is, but I think he goes up, and he like tries to go, and he still sings the same song, but he's like dying, and he never makes it, and it just explodes.
Did you notice that when I tried to sing it, I accidentally started singing the original version?
No, I don't remember the fucking original version.
I said I am, like I paused in the middle of it, but it's like, I am the very model of a modern major general, man.
Oh, but it's I'm the very model
of a scientist, Solarian. Who knows what the rest of the song is?
Solarians are just the worst, but Morden is cool.
Yeah.
Like, they're just like, they sound like they say actually all the time. Actually.
Hello.
Actually, Star Wars.
Actually, Luke exists.
Whatever.
I don't know. Yeah, I really liked Mass Effect back in the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But let's move on.
Let's move on.
Well, there is no clear fucking move on topics here.
No easy segue.
No easy segues probably for the entire show. Now you're gonna just have fun editing out all the dry air.
Oh, you think that I would do that even?
Please do.
Fine. But yeah. Oh, by the way, do you want to get bored by hearing about Watchmen?
Not really. Can you paraphrase it quickly?
Okay.
Are you just bummed that there's not going to be a second season?
I'm not bummed. I'm extremely happy.
Was it the okay? So I didn't really read it. I just saw a bunch of people going like, "Oh, okay." Like I'm bummed, but it's I guess it's better this way. Did the director not want to do a second season? Or
Damon Lindelof, who did the whole Watchmen show, he was the showrunner, and he said from the beginning that he had the ideas for this one season. He loved the comic. He read it the first time when he was 13, and he kept coming back to it over the course of his entire life. Yeah. And my version of Watchmen from 2014 has a quote from Damon Lindelof on the back from before he got attached to this show. Yeah. Saying it's quite possibly the best piece of popular literature ever created. Like, but yeah, man, like it's such a good show. It does like the article said it ended on a cliffhanger. It really doesn't. It's like saying Inception ended on a cliffhanger.
I didn't see Inception.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
No, I didn't.
That's surprising.
I don't watch movies.
Yeah, but like, not even when you were 15, when everybody went to the theater to see Inception.
No, wait. Did Inception come out when I was 15?
It came out in the year 2010.
Because I was gonna chalk it up to having a job, but if it came out in 2010, I have no idea. I guess I just maybe wasn't invited. Maybe I didn't have the money. Oh. Because my mom doesn't give me money for things.
Or didn't, you mean?
Still doesn't.
Yeah, but you're 24.
Yeah, and it was 2010. So yeah, I just
you just didn't see it.
Either I had no interest, or my mom said no.
Okay.
Because I don't have any other source of income at the age of 15.
Fair. None of us did.
Yeah, I could have gone and pushed carts at grocery stores or whatever, but
to take the coins.
No, you can get a job at 15, but you can only push carts.
Oh, like only like
or no, 14.
Super weak sauce shit.
Yeah, like there's a kid at my mom's work. There's a kid who's like 14. He works pushing carts.
Damn.
Like any grocery store, you can do it at.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, not Walmart. I never knew a kid who was young at Walmart.
But yeah, man. Like, so then what has an ambiguous ending that isn't a cliffhanger?
The Dark Knight Rises.
What happens at the end of that movie?
At the end, it's like Batman's dead, and then they're like, he fixed the autopilot, and everyone's like, what? And then there's the scene where a lot of people say this is fake, and it's
Alfred going imagining
like,
things.
Yeah, he's actually dead, and he's not in the random cafe, and it's like there's no way that Bruce Wayne could have planned that. And it's like there's absolutely a million ways Bruce Wayne could have done that.
I mean, the fact that he was there with Selena Kyle, I would say it's shown, it's there, it's not in his head because nothing else in the franchise has ever been into anybody's head. Yeah. Other than the Scarecrow shit, which is like clear.
And Alfred's clearly not fucking drugged. Like
why? And that's one of the many problems with that movie is that it should have ended with Alfred looking up in recognition and not shown what he saw.
Really? Oh, I guess. And if they didn't,
I like that ambiguity. If they did that sort of.
But if Alfred never told him what he wanted for him in the future, that scene would never have happened.
Yeah, exactly.
But Bruce Wayne played that shit to a coin.
Yeah.
He's like
how many times do you think that the two of them went to that restaurant to see if fucking Alfred was there?
I don't think at all. I think because I think he just he probably still like hacked into all of Alfred's shit, and he was like, he just bought a plane ticket. We can start going to this restaurant every day now.
3 meals a day for the next week.
No, he probably knows he knows Alfred's schedule. He lived like a bum, and the only person who saw him was Alfred.
That's true.
So like he knows like how Alfred does tea. So he's like, oh, we go to this cafe at 11:30. Yeah, 11:30 p.m. on the dot, because Alfred will sit down, kindly check out the waitress for a bit too long, ask her for his tea. He'll sit down with paper in hand, look up, and I'll just be like,
this one's for you, bud.
Yeah, or like he'll probably, even just to have that perfect shot of like that. I wonder if anyone's ever edited it so Alfred like looks up in recognition, and it's that Charlie Day shot from It's Always Sunny across the restaurant. Yeah.
That's a good one.
He probably just bribed the waitress. He's like, keep this table empty. I will pay
extra money.
The money to, I will give you guys a huge tip.
If you see an
every day.
old man that looks similar to famous actor Michael Caine,
because he exists in the universe.
That's what I always love. Is like, well, movies exist in the movies universe. Yeah. Is Michael Caine an actor?
I always like to think that is like does this character look like this character?
How has nobody caught Selena Kyle? She looks just like Anne Hathaway.
Fucking. What if in the Joker movie, the Joker movie is like the one exception where it's like Joker grows old and it's like, hey, do you ever think the Joker looks like Joaquin Phoenix? And everyone's like, what the fuck are you talking about? It looks like nothing like him.
Who's Joaquin Phoenix? You mean the younger brother of that awesome child actor?
River?
Who's not dead yet?
Wait, which is the one?
River.
Was Joaquin Leaf?
Yes.
Because he changed his name like 4 times.
Yes.
He changed his name to River when River died, but his original name was Leaf.
Yeah, well, River Phoenix...
Because his parents were hippies.
Yeah. Well, no, they were part of some weird cult. And they changed their last name to Phoenix because...
Really? I thought they were just hippies.
No, they changed their last name to Phoenix because they, like, left the cult. And it was like a... we're a phoenix. We're rising from the ashes.
All right.
But yeah, what was I talking... Watchmen.
Yeah.
Great show. Fucking great.
I like how we go from Watchmen to shit comics to Watchmen again.
Hey, Joker's a shit comic movie, but yeah, I mean, to be fair, nothing.
I wouldn't even say it's shit. I would just say it's mediocre.
Yeah, that's fair. That's more accurate.
There's interesting stuff enough in there, but like, with the amount of cringe, it's like,
Yeah, like I think almost everything interesting from Joker though is ripped off from another movie that does it better.
Yeah.
But as I was saying,
it's a good homage.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, go on. Watchmen.
Watchmen's great. The original comic I reread as well. Obviously fantastic.
How long is it?
Huh?
How long is the comic?
The comic? It's a 12-issue miniseries. Do you want to borrow it?
I'm not going to read it.
Why?
If I could read it like on my phone while I'm at work, I'd do it. Like I know that's probably like why
you kind of want to sit down.
But here's the thing, I won't, because if I sit down and be like, I could be playing video games right now, and then I'll go play video games. I'll go play Destiny 2 for fucking 5 hours and make no progress and do nothing. But
the world building of Watchmen is impeccable too. So the comic, that's like the main thing that is wrong with the series, and this is like barely a complaint. It's like the comic book, I can say in comic industry, there was everything else, and then there was Watchmen, and everything fucking changed.
Yeah. Right?
This TV show is not that for television, obviously. But like that's a hard complaint to have.
Yeah.
It's really good. It really respects the source material, but while still being able to like not change things, because it's like technically a true sequel, but like willing to go into it and like find something and say something about it. Tons of like tiny little references that like prove this sort of like fine-tooth combingness over the entire thing, like Laurie Blake listening to fucking Devo, things like ridiculous small-scale shit. Like they talk about Steven Spielberg directed the movie Pale Horse, which was named after the band that was playing when what happened in New York happened at the end of Watchmen, instead of Schindler's List.
So he made a movie... Okay.
Yeah.
He made a movie about something that happened
in the Watchmen universe
instead of making Schindler's List.
Yes.
Bad move, Spielberg.
No,
Schindler's List is great.
Yeah, but no, it's clear that it's like they're talking like, yeah, in the late 90s, Spielberg made that movie Pale Horse, right? And it was all black and white, but then this girl was in red.
Oh, like, so he made
it's Schindler's List.
But it was the same directorial.
It's the same choice.
Yeah.
But it's about what happened in New York at the end of Watchmen, which is a spoiler. But again, just the entire the comic's incredible. The show is like a worthy follow-up. I'd highly recommend it to anybody.
Is the movie accurate to the comics?
Somewhat.
Other than trying to make Rorschach cool.
Like, okay, it's like there's a difference between like a lot of it is the same. Like a lot of that movie is just scenes and lines from the comic taken.
Yeah.
But this is what a good director does is able to see what the subtext is of the comic.
Yeah.
In the scenes.
I've just been
That's
thinking
what's lost.
about that one fucking scene that someone dubbed over. I think it's when he kills the comedian.
Yeah.
No,
when
not
he
the
tosses
comedian.
him at the
Rorschach. Window. It's when Dr. Manhattan kills Rorschach by just making him detonate.
Yeah.
And It's someone dubbed it over, so Dr. Manhattan goes like, "Did you hear that Steve Jobs died of ligma?" And Rorschach says, "Who's Steve Jobs?" And then Dr. Manhattan just says, "Ligma balls," and explodes him.
Nice.
And then whatever owl dude is just going,
Night Owl.
"No!" in the background.
Wait, Night Owl says no when Rorschach dies?
Maybe someone says no. Someone yells out no, and like.
Okay, so only Doc Manhattan and Rorschach are there when.
Okay,
Rorschach
then maybe
dies.
it's the other guy that was the villain of the movie or something.
Oh, Veidt. Adrian Veidt?
Yeah. Does he also get detonated?
No.
Okay, I don't fucking know.
He survives.
But Night Owl's there in the background.
Okay, then obviously that's a change. There's a number of changes. A lot of it is
Oh, you don't even remember the movie at this
I didn't
point.
watch the movie.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah, I'm a comic purist, baby. But what I know about it is, like, the ending is changed. Because, like, okay, what happens to New York at the end of the movie?
Fuck if I know. Do they go to the Arctic and, like, one of them's trying to kill everyone?
Yeah, that's Ozymandias.
You're right.
He kills a bunch of people in New York.
Okay. I found the video.
Okay.
It is Rorschach.
Yeah, so there's somebody behind him.
No, okay, there's another one. Oh, yeah, Night Owl's there.
Okay, so he's not... Okay, nobody knows what happened to... Like, obviously they could tell, but nobody was there when Doc Manhattan and Rorschach have that moment.
And it's all snowy, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, because it's all
in
snowy.
Antarctica.
Dr. Manhattan says Ligma balls, and then he detonates him, and then Night Owl is like, no!
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so Zack Snyder, in an interview, had said... Yeah, Watchmen's cool because they swear and have sex. It's cool superheroes.
Did Zack Snyder make Watchmen?
Yes.
Oh my god, that's why it sucks.
Yeah. So it's like he completely missed the point of like.
You mean Zack Snyder doing literally anything?
Yeah. So
Completely
Watchmen
misses the
has
point?
like a deeper meaning and wants to say a lot of different things about a lot of different things.
Yeah.
And Zack Snyder is like, yeah, it's a superhero thing where they swear and have sex.
Yeah, it's a superhero thing where I can
it's
get
dark and gritty.
or I can get that one chick just get railed by 3 dudes.
I mean, that's from the comic.
Yeah, but that's probably he probably read up to that point. He was like, I'm making a movie out of this so I can have this scene.
Yeah.
So I can get some young naked actress here.
Yeah, but like Silk Spectre is a fascinating character. Like again, it's really good.
She's also not
book.
the original one.
No, she's not. Her mother was.
Yeah, but then there's like some weird
Shit with her mom.
I don't know. Does she fuck Night Owl in the comics?
Who?
Silk
Spectre?
Yeah, because I think there was like a weird implication in the movie where it was like Night Owl fucked her mom.
Night Owl didn't fuck the mom.
No, but in the movie,
the comedian
did.
The comedian tried to rape her mom, and then they had consensual sex years later.
Gross.
Yeah, it was gross. That's part of why that's part of the story, though. It's like
I don't know. I think I
gross.
just always like remembered in my head that it's like Night Owl fucked her mom or something as well, and then it's like, now I'm gonna go fuck your daughter. Like,
no,
that's rough.
no. Dr. Manhattan fucked this other girl and was much older than Silk Spectre when they entered their relationship.
Oh yeah, because he's like immortal.
Yeah. And she was 16. Yup.
What is this, Japan?
I know, right? No, it was America in the 60s.
Yeah, gross. Extra gross.
Doc Manhattan wins Vietnam for America.
Oh yeah,
by turning giant.
Yeah, they get to win it.
Yeah, and it becomes the 51st state.
The 51st state.
Yeah.
There's just a bunch of white people there. There's no longer any Vietnamese people.
No, there are. In the show, it actually talks about like how, like that happened. Like there's like shortly after VVN Day is like there's this terrorist attack that takes the parents of one of the main characters of the show, who's like born in Vietnam, but she's a Black American woman.
Okay.
It's really, again, the show's great, the book's great. I highly recommend both to anybody who wants to fucking pick them up.
Who just wants to fucking see how superhero movies are stupid.
Well, yeah, it's like, I said this before because I found this when I was looking up stuff about Watchmen, but it was Alan Moore said he wanted to make the superhero version of Moby Dick, like some like great piece of literature.
But it's all about like one.
But it's about superheroes. And so it's like, he did that. He made a political commentary that's like, about characters that are flawed and tragic and kind of terrible, and like creates this massive world with like detail from wide to highly zoomed in, and it's a phenomenal piece, and the show continues that legacy well. obviously, like, it's not as good as the original, but it's still quite good. And it being canceled after its first season because Damon Lindelof didn't want to do any more of it is funny because Alan Moore didn't get that respect.
What, they were like, no, you have to make more?
No, they said, okay, Alan Moore, you don't own Watchmen. DC does. Let's make Before Watchmen. Let's make Doomsday Clock. Let's make the Watchmen role-playing game for tabletop.
That makes sense then, what you were saying.
Yeah. But, yeah, great show. And also, on the concept of comics, I know you're not a huge Western comic guy, but you've heard of Image Comics?
Yes.
So Image Comics actually released a lot of info, and it turns out that between 2010 and 2019, Image Comics sold more comics than any other publisher, including Marvel and DC.
That's sick.
Yeah,
what do they even have?
They're creator-owned, so they have like stuff like Saga, Sex Criminals, Paper Girls, Bitch Planet, tons of stuff. Descender. Obviously, like stuff like Spawn that's older.
Spawn, yeah.
Yeah. But tons of stuff. But they're famous for being like creator owned. So anybody who makes an Image comic, like they own that character and that comic. And so if they want to, let's say if they get an offer from a different company to like write that story there, they can just switch over.
That's good.
Yeah. Unlike Marvel and DC where they own everything.
They own everything. Hey, I'd like to take my idea away from you. Fuck you.
Walking Dead. Image has. Walking Dead is a big one that they publish.
Cool.
Yeah. But I thought that was really interesting. And speaking of comics, I released my 45-minute long Scott Pilgrim review analysis video essay. And so I'd like to talk about a couple of things about it. So I've gotten a lot of really nice messages from people about it on Tumblr, which is really nice. It makes me happy. And that makes me feel good. Now, I'm going to, because I have anxiety, talk about all the things I hate about it.
Oh my god, don't do that.
One is I had to go over the audio 4 times, and I'm still not perfectly happy with it, because I recorded it while the fridge was plugged in, and the fridge was loud. 2, the video is incredibly unfocused. I should have just... It has enough info, or enough concepts for like 3 videos about Scott Pilgrim in it, and I decided to make it 1 video. It should have just picked the one I thought was the most interesting and the best conversation that hasn't really been had, and stuck with that. And lastly, I wish I used more clips in it, but I decided that I'd been working on it for too long and I should just release it.
And also, if you use too many clips, then you might fucking...
Get flagged.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I was watching this one guy's video last night. He made a video about the phrase, you can't make Blazing Saddles today. Mm. And his whole point is you can't make Blazing Saddles today because of Blazing Saddles.
Yeah.
And also because cowboy movies don't exist anymore.
Yeah, like there's no real market for
They also
Western.
don't exist anymore because
of Blazing Saddles.
Blazing Saddles ruined it.
Yeah.
They poked all the holes and they fucking showed you all the layers and was just like, this genre's fucking trash.
Yeah.
Here's a good joke movie about it. And it was a fucking banger of a hit.
Yeah.
Where they were like, he had like, also Mel Brooks had a scene where...
Yeah.
Like, he told in an interview, he's like, he had to fight tooth and nail just to have a cowboy fart. Because they were like, no, cowboys are perfect human beings. They don't fart.
It's a comedy movie.
They don't do anything bad. Yeah, but it's also a representation of the U.S. Army won't allow people to make comedy movies about the military.
But Hot Shots exists.
Without making the military still look good. Like, if you were like every person who works in the military and is supposed to be there is an evil dickhead who like farts and is just a vulgar asshole and probably just like assaults people all the time, as they really are.
Yeah.
Not all.
No.
No offense to someone.
No, it's ASAP, baby. All soldiers are bastards. Gotcha.
So.
ACAB as well.
All children are bastards?
Cops.
Okay. So it's like you're not allowed to portray people as bad. Like, even the U.S. government will censor your movie if you're like...
I heard that most movies that have the military in them got money and have to portray the military
But
as
if you
good.
don't portray the military as good...
If you don't take their cash...
If you don't take their cash, you can do things, but to a point... But then there's still, like, the U.S. government will still step in and be like, you can't say this.
Yeah, they'd have to be able to prove that you're inciting violence against the military.
I'm not sure about that, but I'll take your word for it.
Because film does fall under free speech. It's that the studio wants to be able to take money from the military.
Because you can also put that towards the cost of the movie.
Exactly.
Like fucking Captain Marvel.
Yeah, Captain Marvel took a ton of money from the military, and that meant that they basically got their plane, like every military extra, and like the planes and the locations were easy to shoot at because they didn't get charged extra. They were basically being paid to use them.
Because they made the fucking Air Force look sick.
Yeah, the Air Force looked cool.
Yeah, even after because I think they stopped sponsoring the Captain America movies after because the first one I think it was Winter Soldier. But
Winter Soldier, I think they provided a bit, but they were like, hey, there's no military in this movie.
But it also started to be like, ooh, some of the military is like bad. And they're like, hey, no. We don't like you thinking that way. And then Captain America 3 was just like, no, we're not.
It's not involved at all.
Yeah, that's why there's not a lot of, like, they have a scene at an airport, not a military airport, just an airport.
A regular one.
Which... There's no fucking way. I'm just thinking about that. There's no way they would have landed a Quinjet at the normal fucking airport and left it there.
Yeah.
Like, I get it that you can only activate it if you're one of the Avengers.
Actually, wait, hold on. It's a private jet. I mean, why wouldn't they take it to the nearest German airport?
Because it's got a lot of military shit into it. Well, actually, I guess Tony Stark was right there. He probably parked it and was like, here.
I'm just surprised.
And I think they did just go for any plane. Or like a helicopter, because they blew something up they were running to. I'm just remembering the movie bad. I'm like picturing in my mind, it's like, oh, they just left the Quinjet there and fucked off and then intercepted them.
Yeah.
All right, what else did you do this week?
Let me see. Let me just take a look at my thing real quick. I was away from the mic when I said that. I played and then refunded the game Raft. Have you ever played the game Raft?
Raft.
It's like an early access Steam game that's been out for a couple years.
Is that the one where you're like the image they give you is like a guy like building a raft, but then like there's a shark coming around?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's all right. It's like a survival game. It's like a Don't Starve type situation.
Are you just on a raft in the middle of the ocean? Or
yeah,
is there
but you can upgrade
nearby?
it and shit. And
how? What do you get to upgrade it? Oh, you can go to islands.
Yeah. So the raft is just like kind of floating forward, but like there's shit floating in the water. It's basically. Have you ever heard of the film Kevin Costner's Waterworld?
I've heard of it.
This is Kevin Costner's Waterworld, the official game of the movie. You know, I love that name.
Yeah,
I love the official game of the movie.
Yeah, I think there's no. I don't think there's going to be a better survival game than Minecraft.
Yeah, but I never got into Minecraft. Which is
unfortunate because I thought for a long time Rust was really sick.
This is more like a Don't Starve situation. You ever played Don't Starve?
No.
Okay, this is a little bit like that.
Okay, because here's the thing: I used to really like Rust in the early days. But
then they forced you to have a tiny penis, and you felt bad. And
no, actually, I wanted to be a woman because that's just what I like to do in video games.
Yeah.
Because women dress better than men.
That's true.
Or they have better, more interesting clothing options.
And hair options.
Yeah, that too. Dudes are just like, shortcut, the Caesar, buzz, fade. It's like that. Those are three of the same haircut.
One random ugly, one random poorly designed black haircut that doesn't look like a real black person's hair.
Yeah. Or it's like black, but also mostly white. It's like, yo, they got dreads, and it's like, that's dreads on a white man.
That's a white guy's dreads.
Yeah. Yeah, so like it was like real cool when it was just a survival thing. You could like make shitty structures and you can all kind of like coexist in this preloaded map.
Yeah.
But then they were like, now we're going to launch the procedural version, and now we're just going to, the game is, they removed all animals, like the environmental things to kill you. The only thing that will kill you is not eating in water.
That sucks.
And being too tired or whatever. And it's just all PvP stuff. And it's like, I don't want to play a survival. I want to play a single player survival experience or a co-op survival. I don't really want to fuck with other people.
Raft is co-op.
Good.
Yeah. But it was pretty fun, but it was like, oh, Nathan, you bought too many games.
Did you buy it on like the sale?
No. I just bought it on Steam the other day. So yeah, you need to keep me away from a store when it's like 11:30 at night.
Oh, same. I literally bought, when we get to my week, I bought Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, a game I did not intend to buy.
I was thinking of getting it.
But I was bored at midnight, and I was like, time to drop $120 because I got the most expensive version.
I was thinking of getting it because it looked good, but Tokyo Mirage Sessions Sharp FE Encore came out, And so I bought that.
It's not a bad name for like a game that's all about music and idols, but that's such a dumb title.
Yeah. I also think it's funny because they should have called it, we were halfway through working on Persona 5, we got the contract to do this, and then we just made this in Persona 5's engine in like 2 months, and then here it is.
And well, no, and now here's the remake.
Yeah, here's the re-release of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's honestly, I've only played 15 minutes of it.
Of what?
Of Sharp FE.
How was that 15 minutes?
I
it was
walked
one
around.
cutscene.
Yeah, it was like a couple cutscenes. The music's great.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a Persona game. Of course, the fucking music's great.
All right. So do you have anything more for my week, or can we segue, or for your week, or can we segue to mine?
Well, I was just gonna think about real quick bringing up the Oscar noms.
Go for it.
All right.
Uncut Gems didn't get one, so fuck the Oscars.
Same with The Farewell.
What movie is that?
That's the movie written and directed by Lulu Wang.
Wang.
Really,
Yes,
really, Ian.
really.
Anyway, she's a Chinese American woman. She wrote this movie and directed it. It's based on her own.
Chinese. I'm sorry.
What?
That's
Fuck
not.
Ian.
That's just me being stupid.
Okay. Anyway, it's apparently a really good movie. It's on my list. I need to watch it. But yeah, it did really well at the Globes. Awkwafina, aka Nora from Queens, is.
I'm sorry. What?
No, like anyway, there's a woman who's an actress and a rapper who goes by the name Awkwafina, like AWK.
But then what's Nora from Queens?
Oh, her new show is called Awkwafina is Nora from Queens, which is based on her own life because her real name's Nora and she's from Queens. I just don't know what her actual last name is.
Oh. her last
name is from Queens.
Yeah.
Her first name is Nora,
Yeah.
and she goes by Awkwafina. She did the classic rap song "My Vag," the response to the song "My Dick."
So what? She's like a parody artist?
No, she was like an actual rapper. She's like friends with Dumbfound Dad. Like, but then she's like gotten into acting in the last few years or whatever, and then she won Best Actress at the Globes for her performance as the lead in Farewell.
Okay.
She was also in Ocean's 8. And she was in Neighbors 2. But yeah, so I think
some good movies.
And Jumanji 2.
Oh fuck.
The Farewell though is apparently really good.
Yeah.
Really want to check that out. Only one nomination for It's a Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood, which is Tom Hanks got nominated for Best Supporting Actor.
Supporting?
Yeah, he's not the lead. Do you not know what that movie's about?
It's about Mr. Rogers.
Yeah, it's about a journalist going to interview Mr. Rogers.
Oh, so it's like fucking Tuesdays with Maury, but about Mr. Rogers?
Yeah, it's like he writes this article about spending time with him and like how that changed his life.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, then I guess that makes sense that he's supporting.
Yeah, also because it'd be tough to put him as best actor against like a ton of other performances.
Also, Tom Hanks, Mr. Rogers was just such a clean dude. It's like, what did he really do?
Yeah.
What's the drama? It's just Tom Hanks being apparently Tom Hanks is just a genuinely nice man.
Yeah.
It's like,
so the drama with the whole Mr. Rogers movie is that this is like a journalist who's like jaded and he's like, you know, sad and he's having a kid
he's
and
been covering TV for too long and he's a bit too miserable about it and he's just like,
he like interviews all these people and like even like these people who seemed like decent people and it turns out they're fucks. Right,
yeah.
Like they're not decent people, and so he's like,
they're cool on camera, but then like once they talk to you, they're like, "Can you get the fuck out of my face?"
Yeah, and so then he goes to interview Mr. Rogers, and like he leaves the movie with a sort of newfound optimism, apparently. And that movie's directed by a woman, and guess what? Not a Best Picture. Same with The Farewell, directed and written by a woman, not nominated for Best Picture. Neither of them nominated for Best Director. And Little Women, nominated for Best Picture, nominated for Best Adapted Screenplay, nominated for Best Actress, nominated for Best Supporting Actress.
All right, fine.
Not
I guess
nominated
that's
for Best Director.
Okay. I actually, because like I didn't know what movies came out, so when they said that, I was like, in my mind for a second, I was like, what if there just no women made movies this year? I'm like, no, that's wrong.
And Honey Boy was also directed by a woman.
I don't know that one.
That's the Shia LaBeouf one. About where he plays his dad and Lucas Hedges plays him.
I don't know it.
Oh, yeah. That's fair. And I thought you might have heard
I didn't even know that one existed, to be honest.
Okay.
I thought Shia LaBeouf was still just off doing nothing, being a supporting actor in old war films.
Nope.
Like that one movie that sucked.
That came out in 2013, buddy.
Was that 2013?
Yeah, Fury?
Yeah, fuck that movie.
Yeah, I remember 'cause it's from the same director as Suicide Squad and End of Watch, which is a good movie.
Okay.
Yeah, but anyway, regardless, the Oscars so male. Am I right, fellas?
They did one year where they were like, here's a bunch of fucking pity noms for you women, for you
Not even
broads.
pity. Like 2017, Best Director noms included Greta Gerwig and included Jordan Peele. Like it was and included Guillermo del Toro. Like
Did the Parasite guy get one?
he got nominated for Best Director, yeah. And Best Picture and Best Foreign Picture. Blah, blah,
The
blah.
man's literally only made bangers. Like,
Yeah.
and also he called everyone out super hard at the Golden Gloves.
Yeah.
Hey, if you guys just read a little bit at the bottom of the screen, you'll see a lot of good movies, you fucking
Yeah.
dicks.
If you can get past the 1-inch barrier that is subtitles.
Yeah, is that what he said?
Yeah.
I think they're bigger than 1 inch on the big screen, but still, it's
It's a good bit.
yeah, it's a good joke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's great. Gotta love
Parasite's
Bong
still
Joon-ho.
playing everywhere.
Yeah, well, it came back into theaters. That's why.
Yeah, but I was looking
Because of
at
the
my mom
nominations.
wanted to see Jojo Rabbit.
Yeah, that movie's great too.
I'm sure she can just rent it on like the TV, whatever.
It's more fun to go to a theater.
But it's not the only theaters it's in right now are in Toronto.
Oh.
And I don't want to drive her to Toronto to see this movie, so she can just rent it. But while I was looking, Weathering with You is currently in theaters.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, do you want to go on Tuesday?
Hell yeah.
Buy your ticket because I already bought mine.
Okay.
They're standard,
Which,
so we
which
don't.
showing?
4:00.
Okay, sick.
Because I'm just gonna the highway that goes near the theater.
Mm-hmm.
My work is there, so I'm just gonna go straight down.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
Also, cheap movie day.
Hell yeah.
I can't imagine there's a bunch of people going like, I gotta rush to the theater after school or work to go see this Japanese movie about sad women.
I have no idea what it's about.
I don't
so,
either,
like,
but-
I'm like, I've heard nothing other than that it's... I saw a tweet from Professional Shitbag that Jeff Thu... Oh, it's all good.
Cool.
Professional Shitbag Jeff Thu said that it's Makoto Shinkai's funniest movie.
Man. Oh, I fucking last week, because I wasn't on, I watched Garden of Words.
Oh, yeah. You
That
told me in
movie
person.
is a foot fetish movie.
But it's also beautiful.
It's beautifully made.
It's a
But
beautiful story, I'd say. I mean, okay, listen. It's a fucking movie. It doesn't always have to be, like, perfect.
But no, it's Japan. So
Yeah.
it's like a 16-year-old boy falling in love with a 27-year-old woman, and this 27-year-old woman is quitting her job because of societal pressure because some fucking cunt of a student spread rumors
And she's got, like,
that she was
depression
fucking
and
a
anxiety
student.
and stuff.
She got depression and anxiety, and her boyfriend left her because a student made up a lie,
Yeah.
and she lost her job and she moved. Well, she was pushed out of her job so much that she couldn't go at all.
Yeah.
And she moves back to her hometown.
So it's like this kind of sad romantic
It's this bitter,
movie.
it's this bittersweet story about about a 16-year-old boy who falls in love with a woman older than him, which isn't entirely uncommon in Japan.
Yeah, like, again, I'm not saying that
'Cause
this
teachers
is
are
something I'd
super
be
young
okay
there.
with in real life.
Oh no!
But it's a movie. It's a good story.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, some people go, oh, everything's got to be exactly the way that I'm comfortable
but just
with
like
it in
the
the real
amount
world.
of times
and
where
that's
they're
not
just
always
like,
true.
"Ooh, look at her foot." It's just
Yeah,
like I get it that he wants to be a shoemaker.
yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
I agree with you.
It's a funny take for a
If we
beautiful
get-
short film.
If we let Quentin Tarantino
What's
get
a
away
short
with
film?
it, a short
In
film.
length.
I've heard a lot of different things called short films. Feature length film is over 80 minutes.
Okay, so this is Garden of Words is
not a
not feature
feature.
length. It was in theaters, but it's only
It's a
45 minutes.
theatrical film. Yeah, it's 40. I don't think it'd be called a short film because it still like was theatrically and professionally released. Did you spill something?
No, it's just my water bottle keeps falling because this is a goddamn shag carpet.
Well, then put it on the table.
That's too far to reach.
Okay, sorry.
How dare you even insinuate that?
I really liked The Garden of Words.
Yeah, it's good.
It's a good movie. I have it on.
Yeah, it's that fucking park that they hang out in. Oh
Yeah, it's
my
beautiful.
god.
Yeah.
There's a park in downtown that kind of looks like that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. We went there. We took photos for my brother's wedding.
Oh cool.
It was really nice, and it's very Japanese as well.
That's awesome.
Probably in the summer, I'm gonna go check it out there. Probably when I play Pokemon. Because if it wasn't so cold, goddamn, I'd be out there
You'd be
catching
out
all
there.
the bonds.
Gotta catch them all.
That's not a tagline for this series anymore.
It still is in my heart because that's the last time I paid attention to Pokemon.
When will they make a Pokemon movie that gets a fucking Golden Globe nomination?
When they stop making them as part of the Pokemon series. When they do the Summer Wars version of Pokemon movie. That's when.
Fucking, yeah, they just remake Pokemon the original Pokemon movie, but Ash is gone.
Like, they just make it where it's like, it's the same story,
yeah,
but
that movie and Spy Kids have, like, the deepest lines I've ever heard.
Pokemon shouldn't fight. Not like this.
No, the fucking line where Mewtwo's talking to Mew, and it's like it's not about what you're born with. It's not about the life you're given. It's like what you do with it. Mm-hmm. And then the fucking line in Spy Kids 2 where Steve Buscemi is like,
"Does God stay in heaven because he too is scared of his creation?"
Yeah,
that's a great line.
Yeah, that's fucking dope. And they're both from arguably stupid kid movies.
Yeah, I would say that like Pokemon the movie 2000. Oh, wait, no, that's the third one. Pokemon, the original movie.
That's the one with, like, Entei and Sweet. I think Ash also dies in that one. So.
Yeah, he dies in all of them.
No, he's only died in, like, 4 of them.
He dies in every single one of them.
He dies in
every single episode of Pokemon.
1. No, that's Kenny. He dies in the first one, I think the third one, and I know he dies in The Power of Us.
Oh, yeah? What about the one where Pikachu talks?
That's The Power of Us. That's the one he dies in. Or is it The Power of Us?
I don't know. I thought it was called I Choose You Pikachu.
No, that's
Pokemon
like
the movie I Choose You.
I think that's like a short film. I'm just gonna look.
Really, there's no way to know.
Yeah, there's absolutely no.
There's no way that anybody could know
to figure this out. I watched like a bunch. There was like a fucking weekend last summer, like a couple weeks, where like I did nothing but watch Pokemon.
Oh yeah. And
then I watched the movies are really well animated, especially in the new style.
Do you know what that's called?
What?
Depression.
It was depression. It's like really.
That's so like. Obvious.
It's I Choose You.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
The Power of Us, I think, is the next movie.
The Power of Us is the one where Ash learns that he's gay.
No. Mm-hmm. It's when they bring in a new girl character that's like too young.
Have you seen it?
Too hot. Yeah. What? Yeah.
Have you seen the movie The Power of Us?
Yes, I have.
I don't think there's really any way to prove that I'm wrong about the movie The Power of Us.
I think there is because I have the synopsis right here.
Nope.
Oh shit.
How do you know that's not a lie?
It says Ash says he's fucking gay.
Yeah, there you go.
It's just the plot of the movie.
Ash finds out he's gay.
Yeah, he finds out he's gay. Nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with that, of course. Listen, I'm all for that. Why couldn't Ash be gay? I mean, he spends so much time around women and he just wants to be their friend, so it makes sense that he's gay.
Cool.
Only straight people. Every straight person has to be like Brock, or else they're not straight.
Yeah, you have to be.
You have to be creepy.
You have to be creepy and assault women all the time.
Yeah.
Or else
you're gay.
You're gay.
Nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with that. Actually, in this scenario, it sounds like there's more wrong than being straight.
Just like in the real world. Boom.
Okay. Move on. What were we talking about?
Oh, you were going to talk about, or we were talking about the Oscars. Anyway, they didn't do a good job this year with the Oscars. Yeah. Joker got nominated for 11 awards.
Yeah, which is...
more. It's the same amount of awards that The Irishman was nominated for. Oh my God. Like, listen, I get it. Nathan hates Joker.
I will give Joaquin Phoenix
an
award.
I'm fine with that. I'd rather
his performance was really good.
I think Adam Driver deserves Best Actor more for Marriage Story, personally.
Sure. Oh, shit. You want to know some shit?
Yeah.
I have the same last name as those people.
Oh, yeah.
And guess what?
Yeah.
There is people with those names, like Adam Driver and Scarlett Johansson's character, in my family.
Nice.
Like my grandfather.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It's that's the only reason why my sister watched the movie. She was like scrolling through Netflix because she's like, I watched The Office 5 times. I just finished The Mindy Project for the 3rd time. I only watch Brooklyn Nine-Nine when my boyfriend's around. I guess I'll watch this movie that has my last name in it.
Did she like the movie?
Oh, she thought it was great.
Oh, that's
and then she told my mom to watch it. Then my mom was like, I cried.
Yeah.
So, everyone in my family watches movies but me.
Yeah. You should watch it. I mean, you have Netflix.
I should. It's my Netflix. I pay for it. Yeah. I use it the least. I should just tell my sisters, like, yo, you fucking pay for this shit. Like, I'm so tired.
Yeah.
It's like $14 a month.
Oh, really? It's that much now?
Yeah.
I still use my mom's.
Of course, you live here. Yeah.
Yeah, well, she uses my Crave.
Oh, okay.
Which is more expensive.
We have Crave through
the cable?
Yeah, through cable.
No, we have it through that I signed up for it.
My mom wanted to watch that Avenue 5 show.
I heard it's good.
But she was like, how do I watch this? I'm like, look in the bottom right section of the screen. It just said only on Crave right there.
Yeah.
She's like, when does it come out? And then the fucking release date popped up.
I think it's like the first 2 episodes are out now, or just out for review, maybe.
And then like my sister and her fiance have been coming over constantly to watch Letterkenny.
Oh.
And I'm like, get fucking Crave at your house. Get
a
out
bit
of
that
shit.
show. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, it's. Here's the thing.
I've watched
I feel
clips, and I think the clips are really good. It's just.
I feel like Letterkenny has the same problem. Has come across the same problem that it took forever for Trailer Park Boys to have. There's too much of it.
Yeah, I don't think
2 seasons of Letterkenny comes out a fucking year. There are like 8 seasons.
I mean, they should. Oh, and also 2 seasons. Really, all I needed.
Yeah, like
Trailer Park Boys was funnier because they had to keep coming up with like ways to escalate the situation, but also keep it like low.
I'll tell you this: Trailer Park Boys was gold, and then they ended, and they just release a movie every few years, and it was fine. And then Netflix picked it up, and it got shit.
Well, yeah, because they probably had more standards and practices than Showtime.
Showcase. Yeah, Showtime's the American one that like produces generally like prestige TV shows.
Yeah, and like those guys are just so funny. They're just so...
They're funny.
Yeah, and they're just like normal dudes.
Did you know that a girl I went to high school with is dating or engaged to the guy who plays Squirrely Dan on Letterkenny?
Squirrely Dan? The fat guy?
Yeah.
Good for her. Good for him. Is she hot?
She was a bodybuilder.
It's good for him. Squirrely Dan is a rotund man.
Yeah.
I don't know how, like... You ever see, like... Is he like the Bubbles of that show where like he's kind of like a weirdo, but then like you go watch, you see them in real life and they're just like, yeah, I'm a normal dude.
Yeah, he's more normal than Bubbles.
Well, yeah, because Bubbles is like
fully weird,
mentally fucked up, and lives in a shed behind Ricky's trailer where he has all his kitties, and he repairs shopping carts, and he sells back like 7 at a time to the local supermarket for like $200
I feel like
a week.
Trailer Park Boys does its characters better than Letterkenny. Letterkenny was based off of like YouTube videos,
It's
and
based
it kind
off
of shows.
The one YouTube video was baseball players versus hockey players. And it was it's the same setup of them like just hanging out on their front lawn, and then 2 hockey players show up, the guys.
Yeah,
they take their shirts off but put their sunglasses and hats back on.
Yeah.
And then they just rip on them for about 5 minutes.
It's just about rural farmers chirping on these like hockey
It's not even
boys.
rural, it's fucking Guelph.
No, it's based on Listowel.
But Listowel?
Yeah.
But I think the guys are from Guelph.
They're from Listowel. They shoot in Sudbury.
Someone lied to me.
Yeah.
That's always what this boils down to.
Yeah.
Someone lied to me.
Because Nathan looks shit up.
Oh, yeah. Well, as long as they're actually from those places.
They're the creator, Jared Kiso, he's from Listowel. Yeah. I think most of the other actors
I think those guys are really funny. And I think they do comedy, like the comedy stuff they do. But I just don't care about these characters anymore.
I think their bits are funny. I think the problem is that
we're also saying this as 2 guys who don't watch the show.
No, I've seen the first 3.5 seasons.
Oh, okay. I haven't watched the singles. Like,
you haven't seen the full episode.
No, I just watched all the clips.
That's the problem. Is like the full episodes. So it sucks because it's like so close to having an interesting plot, but it's like too much of a sitcom to do anything interesting with its overarching plot, and it's too much of a fucking there's too much connective tissue to make the sitcom part funny.
It's raunchier corner gas.
Yeah, no, it's such that. Like, it's such that.
Man, Corner Gas is a fucking series that just needs to stay dead.
It's dead, but then they brought it back as a cartoon.
And then it came back as a different show called Dan for Mayor, which is the guy Dan from the show.
But it had a bunch of the same cast and producers, but it was a completely unrelated show.
No, it was like it was in the same universe. They even referenced the same town.
Yeah, but it's same universe, but like it's like even though it's the same actors, they're playing different characters.
Yeah.
But then they brought it back as Corner Gas animated.
Yeah, and then that just looks like shit.
Yeah. They did an animated season of Letterkenny as well.
Really?
Yeah. And an animated series.
Canadian animation studios are really weird. They just do the dumbest shit.
Yeah, or they're big enough to just do it for American companies.
Yeah, either they make dumb shows for YTV and Teletoon, or they make Total Drama Island and just make fucking bank.
Total Drama Island's dope.
Is it?
I remember it being
16
dope.
was dope.
16 was very dope.
Yeah, I think it's the same studio.
Yeah.
16 looks better as well.
Well, it's because they have like the no lines.
Yeah, everything.
It's shapes, not lines.
Yeah,
It's
also
really
had an pretty diverse cast, which is...
I'm 16, trying to find my way. Got a new job. Gonna them all today.
There was 3 white people.
Yeah.
The main girl, Jen. The bratty rich girl.
Yeah, and
the stoner.
Yeah.
Who is also the same voice actor as the guy, the dude who runs Total Drama Island.
Yeah.
Man, I gotta just go rewatch that fucking show. That's so good.
Dude, yeah. They brought it back in like they did like an R-rated version as well recently, I think. Where they swear.
Shit.
Or it was just
that show towed the line fucking really well for like a kid's show.
Yeah.
Like
Ass Man.
And also like they were like they were teenagers like making
sex.
out. They were like straight up 5 seconds for fucking.
Yeah.
Like, and they weren't like hiding that. It was 16's fucking great shit.
Yeah, I think around 2016 they did an episode that was R-rated about like the election, and then the end was like that they're Canadian.
They did an election about the Americans.
Yeah.
And then they were like,
yeah.
oh shit, this is Edmonton.
Jonesy tries to pick up chicks while wearing a MAGA hat.
So they're still 16.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Or they're like early university or something. I don't know.
All right.
Yep.
So
maybe it was like 18 because they're registering to vote.
I got Dragon Ball Z Kakarot.
Oh yeah, you were going to talk about it.
Yeah.
How
that
is
game
it?
has a really good retelling and is clearly made by people who really like Dragon Ball. Like the story and the cutscenes look great. The gameplay outside of it is just shit.
Oh, really? It looked like it would be fun to play.
You just mash B. It's a single attack button.
Oh.
And then you can press square. Okay, I played it on PS4 controller. You mash circle to do a bunch of punches. Then you can press square for your little
key
attacks.
attacks.
Just a key blast. And then triangle to charge. And then you can press L1 and it opens up like a menu where it's like, oh, press one of the face buttons. And you can do your supers. You can press your right bumper, and you have supports because you can have 2 friends with you.
Okay.
But you can't combo supers off of your shit. Like the closest thing you can get is by doing your basic flurry attacks.
Well, they kind of don't combo supers in the show.
But then there's also a lot more of a like teleports behind you, starts using meteor combo and shit.
Oh.
But instead it's I press the button, I'll dash forward a bit, but characters are super far because this is an entirely big open world game.
Yeah, I know.
Well, it's like open world sections, but they're huge.
Hubs.
They feel good. So like you're like, I'm comboing the shit out of this guy. And I'm like, oh, I'd really like to end this with like a big damage like meteor combo hit, or like it's just like a volleyball spike. And you go, but instead I have to fully stop the combo. The guy recovers, has the opportunity to block, and then I can press it then.
Oh,
like,
that sucks.
I might as well finish the combo and then end it with like a Kamehameha because the guy gets launched away at the end of the basic combo. And then I can Kamehameha him because he's stuck in that. That's the only one you can like chain together.
So you're saying it's like after doing like this version that doesn't respect the source material as much and is more focused on just being a good game, Fighter Z, like...
Well, Fighter Z makes its own source material.
Yeah.
Where everything you do is because for no reason Android 21 created all of these
Well, no, but I mean, like...
scenarios where you could like fight old
But
characters.
it's a fighting game where it's like you're just... It takes the DBZ stuff to make a good fighting game, and it doesn't care too much.
And they put a story so that you would have something to do.
Yeah.
Instead of what most fighting games do is just... There's an arcade mode
with like maybe one cutscene at the end.
Yeah, which they probably should have just done that for fighters as well.
Yeah, but also I think Android 21's a great character who's in Kakarot,
but not named as Android 21.
Yeah, but it's like because like Android 16, like Android 21 was a different person first.
But also Android 21 can actually only be created. It's not that lady because she's already dead by the time this series starts.
Oh.
Because Android 16, Jiro's son, dies at the Battle of Red Ribbon Army Base, which Goku does when he's 10. Mm-hmm. And then his wife canonically dies shortly after. So if you see a human that looks like her, it's not her.
Oh.
It would have to be an android, but the android can only be created post Boo Saga because she has Boo cells in her. Yeah.
Okay.
So
that's a weird
it's cool that she's in there, and I kind of wish they just had like an end game story where it's like, oh shit, she's here because she is canon.
So does this go to the end of the Boo Saga?
Yes.
Okay. I was always confused because they kept showing further ahead stuff, and I was like, where does this end?
Maybe it might go past the Boo Saga.
Into Super?
Maybe I get to fight Beerus. But like...
Oh, you know what? It would make sense because, hold on, if it's about Z, then it would have to go to the
Battle of Gods Z movie originally.
Battle of Gods and Resurrection Fugatsu no X.
Yeah.
F. Fuck.
Fugatsu no X. It's Mr. X coming back.
Hell yeah. No, but like, yeah, so that's still technically Z, so...
Yeah, I either... If that's in the game, cool.
You're fine if it ends at the end of Z, though?
I'd be fine if it ends at Boo Saga, because I've probably about 12 hours in, and I'm in the middle of the Frieza Saga.
Oh, yeah, that's about right.
I'm on Namek. I just beat the Ginyu Force.
That's fun. So, like, you're saying it's mash button Z and stuff. It is technically an action RPG. It's not an action game.
I think the gameplay doesn't have a lot of depth.
Is the exploration fun?
The exploration's cool.
Is movement fun?
Not really.
Ugh.
The problem with it is that it's the way they have the button set up. I kind of wish it was you move the left stick for like the direction you would move in. Mm-hmm. Or no, like, I want to go forward. Left stick.
Yeah.
And then the camera's kind of locked in the way you're going. Remove camera controls when I'm speeding, like when I'm using my dash in the air.
Yes.
Only keep them when I'm on the ground. So I'm dashing, I'm speed boosting, whatever. And then that's when the camera control, whatever way I turn the stick, I would like to be the way, like I go up, down, left, right. Instead, I just dash by clicking in the left stick and holding forward. And then if I want to tilt left or right, I can just move the stick left or right.
So would you want this?
But then to go up and down,
yes,
in the free mode, I have to press R1 or R2, and it's very like...
So would you say this is better than Xenoverse? Really is the big one.
Yes.
Okay.
Because this actually plays through the story properly, where Xenoverse is like, here's your Dragon Ball OC, here's the way that they play in the story.
I meant more like...
Gameplay?
Like, as both an action... Because they're both technically action RPGs, right?
Yeah.
It's just Xenoverse... like, Xenoverse isn't a great fighting game either.
No, it's bad.
Like, the fighting's not good. Would you say that as a whole, this is better, even, like, discluding the fact that the OC thing being either a plus or a minus?
I would say this is at this moment where I have probably over 100 hours in both Xenoverses, because I played a lot of them, because I'm a big Dragon Ball mark.
Yeah.
And the 12 hours I have in this game feels better. And
it looked a lot better.
It looks better.
So would you want this to, like, let's say, if they do the same thing as Xenoverse, where they're like, oh, we're going to make a second Kakarot, which follows the same story, but it's just iterative to make it play a bit better.
There's already a lot of stuff.
No, but I mean, like, I'm not saying... know how Budokai and, like, the 3 Budokai games, like,
they just keep retelling the story.
Retelling the story, but they iterate on what already exists that's already
not really.
good.
Budokai 3 kind of removed a lot of elements.
It's not as good as 2, but you know what I mean? Like,
Budokai 1.
1 to 2.
2 added a bunch of shit, added in the what-if scenarios. If they made I don't think they should ever make a sequel to this game.
Kakarot 2, no.
Yeah. I think they could make a prequel and make a Dragon Ball game. Because there a bunch of the characters, you meet tons of characters from Dragon Ball in this. Like,
so that means their models exist, right?
Yeah, one of the first characters you meet, one of the first side quests you get to do is given to you by Ader, which is an obscure character from Dragon Ball. He is the first android. He's Android 8.
Oh.
You find him in Muscle Tower. Goku gets his ass kicked by him. But then Android 8 is like, I think he was based off of a human. Like, he's not like 16. He's probably a cyborg. So that was kidnapped or something. So Goku gets his ass kicked, or you kick his ass, and then you like carry him because the General White is like, fuck that guy. He sucks. He doesn't want to fight for me. So you take him, and then he goes and becomes this peaceful android where he's like, I have a lot of power, but I don't want to hurt people.
That's cool.
It's like Broly when he's not mad. So you meet him. He's like, "What's up, Goku?" And Goku's like, "Ain't my boy. What the fuck?" And then you go meet Nom later, who's like a racist stereotype of an Indian man.
Oh.
Yeah, one of the first side quests you get for Gohan is to go meet Launch.
Oh, so you're not even just playing as
long forgotten. You play as Goku,
Gohan,
Piccolo, Gohan, Vegeta.
Okay.
I assume you're probably going to play as Trunks as well, or Goten and Trunks, or Gotenks. Mm-hmm. Who knows? Exciting. I'm excited to keep playing the game. I just think the
sounds
combat,
like a good time. I think I'll pick it up when it's cheap.
Yeah, the combat is mediocre, but the cut scenes, not Arxis level,
obviously
close.
Damn.
There was like one where like when you kill Raccoon or when you hit him with a big blast or whatever,
Raccoon.
They didn't just
right.
They only do this for some cutscenes. Fuck off with your Team 4-star references.
But I like them.
Yeah, I'm also just playing the game, just like thinking of them every single time something happens.
Yeah.
Like the Ginyu 4. There's actually one that they play it a bit more like the Team 4-star joke.
Oh yeah.
Where like it happened in Original Z, but not to this extent, where the Ginyu Force shows up, they do their poses going like, Ginyu, Burner, Jace, and then like, it's just a full pan out of Frieza just going like, anyways. And also fucking, what was it, Greg Aries? Chris Aries?
Yeah. Maybe.
They're brothers. The voice is just Little Karibo's voice.
Oh, right. Yeah, the guy...
Because he was inspired.
The new Frieza is inspired by it, yeah.
Yeah, so game feels good, other than the combat. Everything else is cool.
Yeah.
And cutscenes look great.
Perfect.
You should play that shit.
I'll check it out once it's cheap.
And I also watched one episode...
Of?
Hands Off... Isaacon or whatever.
Okay.
It's a new anime this season. I'm just going to grab my phone just to get the proper name. About... the two girls really into anime and their really tall friend.
Okay.
It is really well animated. Mm-hmm. It's really nice. They go into details and shit. Like the first episode is the main girl who's like this little short chick. She wears like the fucking shitty
Twin Tail?
Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas hat.
Oh, Trilby?
Maybe I think it's Fear and Loathing. Whatever. They would. Sure. Yeah, this is what the show looks like.
Keep your hands off Aizuken.
Yeah. So that one girl in the center is like, "Yo, I really like anime, but I only draw concept art." And the other girl's like, "I like anime."
Oh, you know what? I think I have heard of this.
But I only do characters. The fucking opening for the show is really fun. And the show, it's really fun. That's the whole thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did I tell you any more about Carol and Tuesday? Because I remember mentioning it to Davis, but not to you.
No, you didn't. Are you going to watch the live stream of that like free concert they're doing?
I never heard of that.
They're doing like a one of those hologram concerts.
Oh, that's sick. No, but I almost finished the second half of it, and the second half of it's really fucking good. It pivots. So in the first half, it's like art created by algorithm is never going to matter as much as something made from the soul. And the second half like expands that concept of like something being like cheapened by money and things like that to like a wider like socio-political.
Because I remembered this. The director of this of Hands Off Isaacon is Masaki Uesa.
Oh fuck.
Yeah.
Oh, now I have to watch it.
Tatami Galaxy, Ping Pong, and Devilman Crybaby.
And the two movies he did, Lou Over the Wall, stuff like Mind Game.
I just read his notable works on Wikipedia. Kaiba.
Oh, he made a show called Kaiba?
Yeah.
Didn't know that one, but I know he did Mind Game, which is a movie I haven't seen. He did Devilman Crybaby, Tatami Galaxy. I didn't see Ping Pong, but
this is just a show about ping pong.
And I also have The Night Is Short, Walk On Girl, which is the movie set in the same universe as Tatami Galaxy.
Yeah. So Carol and Tuesday.
Carol and Tuesday is really good.
Yeah.
So it's like the second half
still on my watch list.
Goes real political in a great way. Yeah,
but it's like future politics, right? Or do they relate to...
I mean, obviously it relates to now. Everything else does.
Yeah.
It's about how there are immigrants coming in from Earth which is falling apart due to climate change.
Of course.
And Tuesday's mother is trying to run for president, and she's saying a lot of very anti-immigrant rhetoric to win votes of people by preying on their basal instincts.
Wow, so like crazy. I don't know how that relates to the real world.
You're right.
Yeah.
And
can't imagine a presidency being won based off fear mongering.
Yeah. And so Carol,
does she say to build a wall around the planet?
She pretty much does.
We're gonna get a force field
all but
that keeps those filthy fucking Earthians. They don't send us they're not sending us their best.
They're sending us and then there's like it's crackdown on illegal immigrants, and 2 characters on the show are immigrants, if not illegal. One of them's illegal, the other one's not, and they know each other.
Does she have hats that say "Nga, make Mars great again"?
No, but again, you're not far off. There is mice though.
Mice.
Yeah, it's ice, but with an M in front for Mars.
Mars immigrant control, whatever the E is.
Yeah, literally. No, but it's not ham-fisted. It's just, this is what it's about. Like, it's not hiding the fact that it's about now. It's not.
We're making it sound ham-fisted.
Yeah, it sounds ham-fisted because Ian expected it to not be.
Oh no, because it's Japan. Yeah. If this was like an American show, I'd be like, oh, that's ham-fist.
Yeah, but no, it's not even that it's ham-fisted. It's that it looks at the things honestly, but it wants you to know that it's talking about the modern day.
Yeah,
it's not like, because nowadays I think people are so like unable to like see stuff that's a bit more subtle, or a very subtle message isn't going to be picked up, or is going to be picked up by the wrong people, or in the wrong way.
Yeah, they get the wrong idea. They're like, man, Rick from Rick and Morty is just so cool.
Exactly,
I love him.
Like, and so
he doesn't have to listen to authority, and he gets to fuck chicks. My man.
Yeah,
that's all I want.
I think part of that is kind of on the show, but
the way they portray him, especially with everyone else being a fucking sad, pathetic loser on the show,
and
they never show a well-adjusted human. If they were like,
no, but even if nobody's well-adjusted, it's that, and I said this on a previous podcast, it's that Rick is cruel and Rick is smart and Rick is always right. And he continues to prove that being cruel and being intelligent go hand in hand.
Which is like the entire basis of the fucking heist episode.
Yeah, right? Being cruel and being smart are the same thing, and that's so wrong.
Yeah.
Because I think the cruelest people I know are just too dumb to fucking be able to understand others. Mm-hmm. But anyway.
The people who are too smart are the people where it's like you just get in an argument with them for too long, or they think they're smart.
Yeah.
You just eventually go to the point where it's like, I don't know how, there's no other way I can explain to you why you should sympathize with other people. Mm-hmm.
It's called being good. Like,
or be empathetic to fucking some dude who lost his house because he got in an accident at work and the work won't cover it because he had a single earplug out in the break room.
That's too specific.
Didn't happen at my work.
Okay. I was like, oh god, did that happen to Ian's friend?
I don't have friends at work.
Yeah, I know. It was more of like a friend and like somebody you know. You know?
No. I know for a while my dad's deaf in one ear. So like he used to, because he worked in the same field as I do.
Yeah.
He would like only have earplugs in one ear, and they got like new management and they kept going like, hey, put that earplug in. He's like, I'm sorry, I can't hear you. Only one of these works. He has an earring in the one that doesn't work. So I'm like, but guess what? It's the right ear. So when you're sitting next to him in a car, you're just like, can hardly hear me. I got to yell at you.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, life's weird.
What were we even on about?
You were talking about. Oh, I know. There's one more thing that you played that you didn't talk about yet. Monster Hunter World Iceborne.
Well, I also played Destiny, but we're not going to talk about that.
Yeah, I have nothing to say for Destiny except I played the first one when it came out and I got bored of it.
Did you see the PC Gamer review for Monster Hunter?
No, I didn't, because I don't read PC Gamer reviews.
I only saw it because of Angriest Pat.
Oh.
It is a review where the first 2 paragraphs are like, it's stunning, it's amazing, it's like, it feels like it's the best.
It's the perfect version of the series.
It's like Monster Hunter World came out and it was a weaker version of the older titles because it was built on a new engine and it was the first one made on a proper home platform. It's not on a handheld. And so it was like, it was good, but it needed updates, which it got. It gets a lot of support because it's the best-selling Capcom game.
of all time.
Yeah. So, but actually, Street Fighter 2.
Yeah, in a sense.
But then the guy just goes on and on about, I feel bad about hurting the monsters. They're just animals, and I'm out there hunting them. There's even parts where you're beating them up and they're limping away. But here's the thing. The game sets this up as a premise as these monsters ruin ecosystems. They're not just living there. You're not disrupting an ecosystem. You're actually helping maintain it. Because these assholes come in and just murder everything.
But I get what he's saying.
I just think it's
like I'm not saying he's perfect. This person's written like a perfect article, but I understand him saying like if it was like, you know, your mileage may vary, but like one of the things I felt is that like these monsters, even though they are given the in-game justification as being bad for the ecosystem, like it still feels wrong to go into their habitat and kill them, especially while they're running away or while they're limping. A lot of these new
monsters, they don't have a habitat. You literally, like, they just
what I mean.
There. Yeah, I know. Like it feels bad to be like a human
coming in and fucking with it.
You're looking at this from a modern sensibility, where we are in these places.
Well, you know, the game was made with a modern sensibility.
Yes, but the game is also the game is also not in 2020.
Yeah.
Or 2019 or whenever the fuck the game came out.
Well, actually, Monster Hunter takes place in a post-apocalypse, so it actually takes place in the future.
People are just trying to find a place to live. If you've time traveled back in time and met like a bunch of fucking hunters, or like white people, sure, let's shame them. But like
shame everybody.
If you were like fucking look at this Native American man over here, just fucking hunting with this deer to feed his family, what the fuck? I'm gonna go tell him why he's wrong and he shouldn't do that.
Yes, I understand that.
Because you're not just killing monsters for fun and leaving out.
I know, there. But on the other hand, if I had friends who hunted, even if they ate it afterwards, I would still kind of feel weird about it.
But you're looking at it.
Yeah, because the game came out now.
It doesn't matter.
It does.
It's a weird fake world.
I know, but I'm not saying that like, oh yeah, I can't. You know, there's no rationalization that can be done. You can rationalize around it.
It is a video game review. The first 2 paragraphs are about how the game is. They don't get into much detail, and then there's 10 paragraphs.
Okay, I didn't see the whole thing. But
sorry, I didn't tell you the number. But it's insane that you're a video game reviewer and you have to fucking wax philosophically about how you feel bad about killing monsters.
Well, that would be
90% of the review.
Again, that percentage count.
I should have said that
to you. Yeah,
beginning.
But I'll say like that being something where you're like, no, personally, like I
think you should just kill a fucking cat. No.
Yeah.
I love cats.
No, but I was saying like it would be reasonable if in a review that a person's like, for me personally, like I even though there's in-game justification or whatever, it still made me feel bad about killing these monsters.
Also,
that's not true for everybody.
If your only hang-up is killing them, you don't have to kill any monsters. You can capture them all. You still have to beat them up mercilessly.
Okay,
like you're still like stabbing this fucking like nice lizard flying squirrel boy going like and this fucking then it like limps away and you're like, but I'm not killing it. I'm gonna shock it and throw tranquilizer bombs at its face. Did you have to go to the bathroom? Is that why you took your headphones off?
No, they're bugging my ears.
Oh, okay.
They've been bugging my ears all like this whole time.
Okay. This game's good. It's hard. Yep. It's difficult. I actually had to build sets this time where for like all of
the base game.
Yeah, for Monster Hunter low rank, I used the base armor set for the whole game. And then in high rank, I built the first like armor set that I wanted to and used that for all of high rank until I got to the final boss. This one, I literally fought like 2 monsters and was like, I need power.
I need more power.
I'm fucking Virgil out here. I felt motivated.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I had to go and do all this shit. I spent a lot more time, a lot more challenging. The changes they made to the weapons are really cool.
As somebody who played a bit of Monster Hunter World and thought it was pretty cool but never could get into it, because I bought it because you and Chris said you guys would play online with me and you never did.
No, yeah, just like every game.
Just like so many games.
Yeah. Hey, at least you got to play like
World War Z.
World War Z with
with Chris and Kyle, and maybe you if you ever
messaged me
play
at like 9 o'clock. I was going to sleep.
9 o'clock is not the time most people go to sleep.
It is when you got to get up at 5:30 a.m.
Oh, right. You're right. But most of the rest of us don't.
Yes. And that's my fault.
Yeah, obviously. You're the minority.
That I have a normal day job. Well, actually, Chris's fucking internship, I don't know.
Ooh. Yeah, no, that's still a normal day job. But
I wonder if he went to it while he was sick.
I don't know. I think he did.
Did you go to Dave & Buster's with them last night?
I did.
How was that?
Oh, it was fun.
Yeah?
Yeah. They came here first and we hung out here for a bit, but then we went there and it was fine.
Like,
do you know what game's great?
What?
Cruisin' Blast.
I don't know what that is.
It's a racing game in the Cruisin' series, and it's made by Nintendo. It's really good.
All right, cool.
And so I was playing against our good friend Blake, and there's a button on the car select screen where it says specialty cars if you press the music button that changes the music in the background, right?
Yeah.
And so I clicked it, and it turns out one of the special cars is a fucking Triceratops. And so I was like, oh, I'm going to pick the Triceratops. And I beat Blake by like a fucking inch.
By a horn?
Yeah. And it was so funny because like it's one of those games where if you press the gas twice, you like the car kind of goes on its back wheels. And like if you bump into something, you flip over it. And so it's that, but a Triceratops.
That was weird. Blake called me last night.
Yeah.
Asking me, and then, well, I guess he didn't, since he heard nothing in the background, he's like, oh, you're at home. Maybe he was trying to get a ride from me or something.
Maybe.
Yeah. But yeah, I didn't want to go because, one, I do not like Dave & Buster's.
Were you there when me and one of our friends played the entirety of Time Crisis 5 from beginning to end?
No, because I would have wanted to play that.
Everybody was so mad. Chris was so mad. They were like, all right, guys, are you almost ready? Everybody's kind of ready to go home. And we're on the last level of the game fighting the fucking through. And we're like, this is level 6. Like, we need to fucking get through it. And like, it was so good. We hit credits.
Man.
We went from level 1 to hit credits. Nice. And I feel so proud.
And then everyone else was just sitting there like...
Yeah. And guess what?
What?
I can now say I've beaten the entirety of Time Crisis 5. How many people have? I don't think there's tons of people.
I don't know. I beat Time Crisis like 2.
In arcades or on PS2?
On PS2.
Yeah, that's a different story.
Yeah, because I got to play it at home as much as I wanted.
The pedal. You miss out on the pedal.
Yeah, I don't know how they did it before in the other one. I think there was a button on the side of the gun you could like press.
No, it was always a pedal, and then 5 has 2 pedals.
No, like when you were when you played it at home.
Oh yeah, I think it's just one of the 50 buttons on the fucking PS2.
Oh no, you had a gun.
Oh.
It was like you had the gun that was connected to the
PS2 gun.
Yeah. That there was probably like a button to like lean, shoot, whatever. And then it had the sensor so you could... Now that I think about it, and I was playing that on a CRT, I probably could have just jammed the gun on the screen and never missed like it was a fucking duck hunt game.
Yeah.
Because there's no way it would have worked.
That's true.
Yeah.
Anything else that you got for us?
No, I got nothing.
All right, fair enough. Well then... Thank you very much for listening to the Media Hole podcast. A bit of a chill one this week. But
because everyone's sick.
Yeah, and also last week was so fucking dumb.
What?
Oh, okay, so it was me and Davis, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so we kept going off on this stupid joke tangent where we did like sort of Boston accents and we said stupid things.
Yeah.
Like, but it's strung together as like kind of a cohesive but absurd whole. Like, for example... We said that Kiefer Sutherland was a demon that you see in the mirror that you need to maintain eye contact, and if you break eye contact with him, he'll kill you.
Within 24 hours?
Yeah. And then, like, I talked about how, like, Kiefer Sutherland, one of the things I said, because it's just funny to, like, riff stupid things in a goofy accent.
Yeah.
Is, like, I was like, you know when Kiefer Sutherland's coming after you... You know, he doesn't have to pee or poo, and he only has to vomit sometimes. So unless he's and it doesn't take him very long. So really, he can chase you forever unless he's currently vomiting. And I was like, it's just like inherently silly. Yeah. And my mom was like, because she listens to every episode of this fucking thing. And she was like...
Even the fucking like 5-hour one?
I don't think she listened to that one. But,
what's this weebery?
I know, right?
Yeah.
But, no, so she was like... talking to me about it. She's like, I kind of just don't get it. And I was like, what is there to get? Like, about it? It's just
there's
silly.
something to get you and Kiefer Sutherland's coming.
Get out of the way.
Yeah.
If you don't maintain eye contact with the mirror.
With the mirror.
With the
with
mirror.
Yourself in the mirror?
No, with Kiefer Sutherland shows
He
up.
appears in the mirror.
He appears in the mirror.
Like, does he replace you, or is he in the background?
Instead of your reflection, it's Kiefer Sutherland.
Oh, shit.
And
Okay.
you gotta
Let's
maintain
not
that
reiterate a bit that I wasn't
it's
here for.
Dumb bit.
Okay.
Haha. But yeah, so thank you so much for listening. It's been a great time. Please follow us on our platforms. I'm going to do all mine first because I have 50. So twitter.com, it's at the media hole. When your balls get stuck to your leg.tumblr.com.
Change your name.
No. On TikTok, it's at the media hole. What else do I even use? Oh, yeah. YouTube.com/N8S comedy. And, that's over. Oh, Twitch. You're right. Twitch.tv/the media hole. Thank you very much. I'm going to stream a bit more. Ian, what do you got for us?
I don't know. Search Struggles V on anything.
Anything you want to follow Ian on?
Yeah.
Most likely Twitter.
I don't fucking tweet. I should.
Yeah.
Go on Tumblr. I don't know. Follow me on Twitch. Maybe I'll do that shit someday.
Sounds good.
I did it like once for my friends when I was playing Dark Souls.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Just
Twitch
to style on them.
You should come over. We should do we should play something on Twitch sometime.
Yeah, let's play a fucking
fighting game.
Let's play Mass Effect 2 with no audio.
Let's play Mass Effect 2 with no audio, baby.
Good episode.
A good app. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.